Unmute. Hello. Welcome to Fishy Friday. That's not actually on a Friday. Welcome to Fishy Saturday, everyone. Hope you're doing well. I do apologise for all the confusion, but I was otherwise entertaining. No, I wasn't entertaining. I was otherwise detained yesterday. So we couldn't do the live stream, so here we are, Saturday night. Saturday night's alright for fighting. I think that's what they say. But let's not fight, let's be friends. Hello everyone, who have we got in? Let's see, hello, let me know if you can hear me and see me and all that good stuff. I'm all discombobulated just because it's Saturday, I think. I might even be talking to myself, who knows. But we've got Ross in from a damp, cold Edinburgh. Hope you enjoyed your Friday off. I did. Unusual. Yeah, I didn't know what was going on. Hi from Sweden, says Hans. Hello, Hans. Aquarium Domain is in from the fish... Oh, could use your help. Brian from a not too bad weather guidepost. Is that a spelling mistake or a place? Evening from Bristol, says Craig. Silver Surfer's in. Stuart from what does that say? Evening everyone from a Sunset Ingredients windy Wolverhampton. I hope you're better. I am better, yes. And we are 24 hours late. So I do apologise. I went to a wedding yesterday, so I wasn't here. Every now and again, my ridiculous live stream has to get postponed while I go and do actual proper life stuff. But we're here now, so let me know, what did you do instead of hang out with me? I've stupidly placed all my adult beverages behind the light and I can't see which one I'm grabbing, so I'm going to just bear with me. Professional. I'm a professional. So, for tonight's delectations, we have... What have we got? Mad Squirrel, which is an Aztec Mountain IPA. It's 6.2. We have, this is the last of my birthday beers from last week, Northern Monks Rocket Lolly IPA. We have another of my birthday beers from last week, Beaver... Are you proud of me? I've had these for over a week and haven't drank them. Beavertown's Heavy Gravity Hazy IPA. Hazy. We like a hazy. And a new one. Vocation Special Edition. Death by Cherries. Cherry Sour. So, I will be ploughing my way through them in a responsible manner while we talk about fish and anything else that comes to our minds. Rebecca, Freshwater Theology, says, hello. Hello yourself. It does seem like yesterday, doesn't it? I think my chat has died. Unless nobody's saying anything. But everything says excellent connection. Brian says hello. But I've not had a message since Silver Surfer. So bear with me a second, peeps, while I close that. Chat. Maybe you're just not saying anything. Who knows? So, what should we start with? I'm going to start with this because it's fruity. Strawberry, orange and pineapple. This is the Rocket Lolly Northern Monk IPA. Strawberry, orange and pineapple. What a delight for the taste buds. Who knows? There you go. The chat has come back now. I knew I wasn't just talking to myself. Wow, it smells fruity. Let's put it that way. So yes, let me know in the chat, what did you do without me? Who am I pissing off? I'm sure somebody else is streaming now that I'm elbowing my way into their time slots and stuff. But damn it, I don't care. I do apologise. Right, I'm going to have to do some work here because we restored the chat. What do we do? We press that button. My proper professional me. Put it back there. We click this button. We click that button. Let me see. Okay. Right. Cherry Sours sounds okay. I have actually had this one, so you know all that stuff about, are you proud of me? I actually had one of these last night. But this is a new one. We'll try this in a bit. It's very cherry. Not in an offensive way, but it's very cherry. So, cheers everyone. Hans cried himself to sleep. My plywood tank is still leaking. Well, I can join the club now, Hans, because my plywood tank is now leaking as well. And I'm not very happy about it. But we'll come on to that later. David Pinner, good evening everyone. I watched Devon Coy on YouTube on how to make a float switch using a doorbell as a low water alarm. Less than 20 quid, works great. I do like a little DIY project and budge. Mickey's in, evening all. Lee is in from Bolton. Hello there. It's Guidepost Northumberland. I said my real wee village. Very good. Happy belated birthday from Paul. Well, thank you very much. You're a week late, but I'll take it. Thank you very much. Yes, so last night I went to a wedding. It was one of my wife's... What's the relationship here? My wife's school friend's wedding. So she got to meet up with all her old school pals, or some of her school pals. Yeah, it was fine. They were banders, they were brass band people, so there was lots of tubas and things like that going around. It was fine. Very expensive. What did I get? I got 1 pint of beer and a lemonade. It was £9.55, something like that. And I was like, this isn't London. Why are you charging me so much? I only want 2 drinks, not 200. But yeah, this was down in, was it Loughborough, Leicester, somewhere like that. Drinking a rocket beer. I forgot to give my verdict. It smells fruitier than it tastes. It is inoffensive. Yeah, it's a bit meh. It's a bit like that one. What was the one I tried last week? That was a bit of a fruity one. And I think that was from this lot as well. That was Northern Monk's fruity one. Was it like the rhubarb crumble or rhubarb not crumble? But yeah, hey, it's not bad. I don't like it. GT Keeping Fish says hello. And Brian says he can't tell us what we did last night. But otherwise, we're jeopardising the PG rating. Quite right. I've been streaming longer than most people. That can't be true. I'm just very persistent. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Much like my mega tank adventures, I'm very persistent. Most people would have given up by now, and I am very much on the cusp of giving up. But I suppose, it has been 2020, hasn't it? That was when I was doing it. Almost every Friday for a good few years now. Certainly more people are streaming more regularly. But yeah, I've been doing it a while. Don't know when to quit, many would say. Megatank has had its monthly leak. Right, okay, so let's cover the Megatank leak. I think I've identified the trigger now. What happened was, last week somebody asked me if Megatank was okay, and I said, yeah, it's fine, it's great, it's going well. And the next thing I saw was drip, 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 drip. Coming from the back of it. So I've got quite a well-oiled, smooth routine of, right, get all the fish out, get them into the spare tanks. I thought this time I'm having no more of it, so I stripped it out completely, emptied it, re-fiberglassed the seams. Yeah, just the seams, all the bottom seams and the side seams, and did a few more coats of liquid rubber on top of that. Took a week over that, letting it dry a couple of days in between each thing, and filled it up today, and it leaked more than it was leaking before I started. Before I redid it, it was literally pouring out, and it's coming from the back. And because I've stupidly reinforced it the last time it leaked, I can't now move the stand and the tank independently, and it's a bit too heavy for me to move, so I can't get around the back to see what's going on. So I think my only option now On Aquarium Daily, if you're still watching, let me know. How stupid is this? My only option now is to get like a square piece of timber and put it in the bottom, because from what I can see from crawling underneath, it looks like it's leaking at the back. From where this, like the pressure. So if this is the front and this is the back, the pressure of the water down at the bottom, it used to make it leak out the front. So I've reinforced that so it's got nowhere to go. So now it's leaking out the back. It's the pressure of the water that's pushing this out the way. And what I did on the front was reinforced it with extra screws, took the frame and secured it into the stand, so it just cannot go that way anymore. So I think that's why that's going that way. So I think the only option that I can do, because I can't get around the back of it now, is to put in like a square piece of wood there, running all the way along the back and probably the sides as well, just for extra rigidity, because that's a word I like to say. Multiple screws that way, multiple screws that way, and big long screws, so they're taking it through the bottom of the tank into the base, and into the joists or the joins on the side, and then obviously fiberglass all that up, liquid rubber it all up. Won't be able to move anywhere. In theory, touch wood, will stop leaking. But I've stopped getting upset about it now because it just happens that often. I'm 50-50 whether I'm going to do that or I'm just going to pour petrol on it and set it on fire. So, I don't know. Maybe we'll have a vote. It's one of those things that I was so sure, because I completely emptied it, stripped it, did everything. Thought, I'll use this as like a little opportunity. Now that I've got the fish out, I'll give everything a proper clean. I'll give everything an extra coat and make sure everything's, make it look great. Psh, water pouring everywhere. Idiot. So that's me. I'm curious, wouldn't using a doorbell as an alarm mean passing a current through yourself if you touch the water? Ooh, I don't know. I haven't looked at it yet, so we'll have to have a look at it in a bit. Chris, hello. Hope you're well. This one time at Bandcamp wedding, it was that, yes. I paid £11 at Essex for a glass of wine on Thursday. What? That's kind of my limit for an entire bottle of wine. Or worse, £7.20 in a student bar. Or maybe I'm just so far out of touch, it's not true. Right, the chat is dying on me, I'm afraid. What's going on? Why is it not working? I've got Nabokov has joined the chat. Hello there. I hope you're well. I'm getting excellent connection and everything, but that's the last chat I can see. And I've been waffling on for at least 5 minutes, so I would have thought we'd have more. Let's get rid of that. Oh, there we go. JT Keeping Fish says, congrats on 16k. Yes, 16k subs. Who would have thunk it? Thank you, yeah. Scott's in the chat as well. Evening, how's everyone? Don't forget to like. Won't be typing much tonight as I'm suffering from RSI, carpal tunnel, a repetitive strain injury. Oh dear. And have given in after putting up with it a month and wrapped it. Well, that's quite alright. You sit back and enjoy. I've been cursed. I do feel a little bit like I've been cursed by Megatank. I don't think I'm quite so inept as it turns out I am, if that makes sense. I have built things before that have lasted a lot longer than this stupid fish tank. If it wasn't for the fact that I already have the fish that require a tank of that size, I would have set fire to it long ago. But because I have fish that need a big fish tank, I need a big fish tank. Ugh. So I don't know. Chris says, where can I find some Japanese rice fish? I'm in the US. I don't know. I'm in the UK. What is it they use in the US? Aquabid? eBay, Dan's Fish. I don't know. I'm not au fait with the whole American buying fish scene. Sarah says, hello from Aberdeenshire. I would like to know if there's a dream fish tank setup you would like, and what would it be? It's probably be a mega tank that held water. That's kind of... I have modest dreams at the moment. That's all I want. Bloody tank to hold bloody water. A dream tank and setup. What would it be? So, it would probably be... Let me think about this. See, the easy answer is just to say, oh, something massive. But I don't know if that's true. I'm a big discus fan, so discus is my favourite fish. I always like them, and I've always said I like them. I have what I think is a lovely discus tank at the moment. Perfectly happy with it. If I was to have a dream fish tank, it would probably be something along those lines. Maybe slightly bigger than what I've got now. Maybe just full of wild discus. So one species of, or one strain, one species, I don't want to give away too many things for the quiz tonight. One strain of wild discus, and lots of them, and some complementary fish, and a biotopy-ish, because I don't like the strictness or rigidity of biotopes too much. But yeah, just full of them, like kind of 20, 30, that kind of number of discus. Other than that, it would be something spectacular, something that was ridiculous, something that Megatank is meant to be. It's meant to be that's not a normal thing to have. You must be really into this with the size of the fish tank. So over here in the UK, we've got some people who have turned their entire basements into a fish tank, or built. In the US, you see all these crazy long, 20 feet long tanks, like the kind of thing you used to see on Tanked and those TV shows and that kind of thing. It'd probably be something about that just was visually impressive, as well as giving you the opportunity to have lots of things that you just can't have normally because you don't have the space to have them. It'd be something along those lines. Lots of... very natural, so lots of plants, or if it was salt water, lots of coral maybe, that kind of thing. Yeah, so that's what I'm thinking of. Brian says, bye-bye Megatank. It's close. I'm not sure if I can just say goodbye quite yet. Because like I say, I've got these fish. I've got to care for them somehow. Question. So, there's a good tip. Anyone who's new tonight, if you want to ask me a question, type the word question in your question and it highlights it for me so I can see it a little bit easier. Chat is like my nemesis. I can't drive chat. Chat hangs. Chat... it doesn't like me for some reason. So anything you can do to help me out, all the better. In terms of admin, if you are new here, and normally we have fish videos and things like that, go and check out some of my other videos. Consider subscribing. There'll be a button down there somewhere. You can join the channel if you want for exclusive content that I rarely make. But you do get a discount at my website, aquariumadventures.co.uk, where you can buy some fishy foods. Or some merch, like... oh, this isn't a merch t-shirt. Some merch that I'm not wearing. As well as the warm fuzzy feeling of knowing you're supporting a small struggling creator with ridiculously big fish tanks to fix. So question, says Nabokov fan 87, are we doing double quiz again? Please do. Oh, we got another quiz. I've been very busy this week, so I haven't really been keeping up with social medias. So have you sent me another link to a quiz? Let's have a look. You have indeed. Okay, we might do double quiz then. So we'll do my quiz, which I'm currently still writing. I'm up to question 19. I try and do 20 questions, but like I say, time got away from me today. I can't say why, but the world wants Gordon to play again this week. Well, yeah, we'll try and squeeze another one in. If you are new, hang around. We do a quiz. There will be prizes. They won't be very good prizes, but there will be prizes. Fix fish. I would just start over with Megatank. Yeah. David, that is a good question. If I had the chance to make Megatank again, would I do it or not bother? I'm an idiot, so yes, I would do it. Now, I wish I hadn't done it, but if I hadn't done it, I would always say, no, if only, I want, I wish I had. But I would, if I hadn't done it, I'd always been wishing that I had done it, because very few people have an 8 foot by 4 foot by 3 foot tank. If I was to do it again, I might tweak it slightly and I might go for 10 foot, but only making it 2 foot deep. I think making it the 3 foot deep bit is the bit that screwed me. Just because of the weight of the water and the pressures and all that kind of stuff. But I could have, it takes up a lot of real estate, let's put it that way. I could have still large tanks, so 6, 7, 8 foot tanks that wouldn't constantly leak. They might not be 4 feet wide, but that's still an impressively long tank. I don't know. It's one of those questions that I can't really think, unless I'm in the position. I know that if I hadn't done this, I would always have been going, oh, what if? So at least I know. So I don't know. Oh God, now I've closed chat. What's happened there? So now I've done it. At least I've done it. But now it's a case of I need to take care of the fish. That's where we're at the moment. Question: would it have ended up cheaper to buy a fiberglass pond with a window? No. I did cost it all up, and I made a video about the costs of this. Maybe with the amount of effort and things like that now, we'd be getting there, but no, they were more expensive. And so part of the reason for doing it like this, Megatank exists because I needed something that I could build in situ. So I'd either have to get all the individual panes of glass and build it in place, I'd take a wall down and move in a fiberglass pond with a window. So that was one of the reasons I could build it to my exact specifications. And I could build it on site in situ. So, but no, the fiberglass ponds were still more expensive. Although, if I do pour petrol on it now and set it on fire, then yeah, it's a big waste. Lance Fishkeeper says, I'd be looking at other options with Megatank if it fails again, but the amount of time and money I wouldn't want to give up. That's exactly the situation I'm in. Not knowing when to cut my losses, that's where we're at. But yeah, bleh. I wouldn't be surprised if the King of DIY has as many accidents, they just don't get announced. There is a sneaking suspicion I have that some of the DIY projects on the interwebs, you just never hear from them again and they go away because they're not great. But I think I know what my problem is. Like I say, I think it's the height that's caused me all the problems with the pressures and things like that. So if anything else, I've learned a lesson. Oh, thank you very much, Nightbot. How's the human performing? Indeed. How about a liner? Yeah, then the window becomes a problem. Let's not worry about Megatank. It's a disaster. I'm an idiot. Change the subject, please. Oh, I hate talking about this. It's very depressing, but it is what it is. What can we say? Right, where did we get up to? Sorry, where am I at? Oh. I think we're a bit too invested in Graham's rubber adventure. Yeah, so there is no simple way to fix this because I have tried all the simple ways. There's clearly been an error in judgment while building it. It's one of those things I just have to get through it and keep on ploughing through. It'll work one day. Megatank will work. One day. I hate bringing bad news. Megatank is a problem that will be difficult to resolve. The wood is now wet and has soaked up water, so has expanded and warped or twisted, and it won't go back into place. I don't think that's the case at all, but what do I know? Nabokov's giving me questions for 19 and 20. I think we might just call it 18 questions. Let me just do that. Oh, bloody hell. Alright, we'll get rid of that one. Sorry, this is very interesting reading for you. Right, there we go. Save and publish. Right, that's one quiz done at least. Hans took 238 bristlenose plecos to the LFS today, hoping to score a discus for them. Bloody hell, I would hope so for 238 of them. KJE Aquatics, hello, not seen you in here before. And welcome to the sad sack talking about my failures. The sad sack stream, yay! Right, so what we're going to do, for those of you who are new, we've got 44 people, something like that in here. So, fewer than usual, but you know, it's a close-knit community now. We get to say that. We're going to do the quiz in about 30 minutes. Or should we start it earlier tonight? Oh, decisions. We've got 2 quizzes, and there will be 2 prizes. Lee's in, picking up bad Megatank vibes. It's no bad vibes. If you're going to be into aquariums, you're going to experience leaks every now and again. It's fine. The fiberglass ponds are like, yeah, so for a decent sized fiberglass pond, I think the best quote I got was something like $4,500. For something that was along the lines of Megatank volume and size. So they're not cheap, and I am. Hold on, chat's going away again. Do what Joey does and have others pay for it. Yeah, well, if you are a fiberglass pond supplier / builder, whatever, and you want to send me one, I'll happily review it and keep it. I would really like to see Megatank complete. You and me both. Let's just say that. Don't give up, just start over. Yeah, I mean, it was a bit of a kick in the nuts, I must admit, today, having spent so much time making it right, for it to leak more than it was leaking before I tried to fix it. So, you know, that's slightly galling, but, you know, these things are sent to try us. I'll be very experienced by the end of this, if nothing else. Right, I'm not going to read any more Megatank questions because I have... no, I will read all your Megatank questions. Join the Discord. That's what I'll say. Have I got a button I can press? Join the Discord. I think that's the link. I have no idea anymore. Let me know your Megatank ideas, but I've been breaking and fixing this thing for the best part of a year now. I think I've tried pretty much everything. So it's not that I'm not thankful that you're making suggestions on how to fix it. It's I've probably had a go at it already. So happy to read through them. but maybe not on stream. You're not an idiot. You're our Graham. I am an idiot when it comes to this kind of thing. Yeah. At least my tank has a leak. Tops up, drops about 20 centimetres. Well, you know what? When it was leaking, it wasn't leaking that much. Now it is. So well done me. I fixed it really so well. There we go. How's the pond doing? The pond is doing fantastic. The pond is full of babies. So I had a little bit of a scare this morning where my wife thinks she saw a heron out there, but we've done a head count and all the fish are still present and accounted for. There's a poop ton of babies in the pond. For those who are new, it's just a goldfish pond. Or shabunkins and comets and Sarasa comets, and I think that's about it. But there's lots of fry, and we've taken some of the fry up into my little patio pond to grow them on, and then I've found a load more fry in the pond again. So yeah, that's doing really well. So I might make another video about the pond, because that's going well. How's the pond doing? I mean, you have a guy near you called Pond Guru. Yeah, I know Pond Guru, I know Richard. Maybe he can fix Mega Tank. Nah, maybe. Super glue and duct tape solves everything. Yeah, hey, I'm not against that. Right, let's quickly scroll through, see if I've missed anything. KG Aquatics, we chatted on Facebook. We do, regularly. I know who you are. If you are in the US and you fancy some plants and stuff like that, and botanicals and various other bits and bobs, KJE Aquatics. Go and look it up. Very well reviewed, by what I understand. If you want to speak to the Pond Guru, he lives a mile down the bank from me. I can go and speak to him. I suspect he'll go with a liner and underwater cameras. I speak to Pond Guru myself quite regularly. I've known him for a while. He's even visited me once when he was down in this direction. In fact, that tank there, can't point and look at the same time, is me trialling his new bio-rock media aquascaping type stuff. There was a video about it. I blame the evil tilapia. Yeah, it was just bashing around too much and made a hole. It was cursed. The tilapia was cursed. He was. Shouldn't have let him go. Oh, glad I did. I fixed it worse. That's exactly it, Silver Surfer. Thank you very much. What's the point in fixing it if it's not properly broken? So now at least I have something to go and get my teeth stuck into. When are you going to do a saltwater tank? Well, I have had saltwater tanks in the past. And I'm not against doing more saltwater tanks. I'm more than happy with freshwater tanks. The amount of diversity you get in freshwater, whether it's nano, up to massive things, bright colours, all that kind of thing. And that's not to say anything against all the reef guys and all that kind of stuff. I did like having my saltwater tank. I really don't like saltwater, so it makes my skin creep. I don't like the feel of saltwater. It is more of a faff mixing salt water to do water changes. It reminds me a little bit of like when I was breeding discus, and you had to get you were aiming for a specific set of water parameters. So your water chemistry, you were trying to keep something that didn't want to be in that parameters in that set of parameters. And saltwater's a bit like that. You want to keep the salinity at a certain degree where it doesn't want to stay there because it wants to evaporate and creep up, and it's just a bit of a pain. And I can do with one less pain in my life. So as beautiful as they are and all that kind of stuff, And also, I think I've got that type of personality, especially with fish keeping, where one's not enough. So I've obviously done that with my freshwater. I've got fish tanks bloody everywhere. They're all over the place. I'd create a mountain of work for myself, because they are lovely and I do like them and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I'd create a mountain of work for myself, and I'd just be like, well, this has now become a job. I don't like doing this, so screw that. So, will I have a saltwater tank? Never say never, but I don't have any plans. Let's put it that way. I need 1 billion botanicals. Well, I have lots. Yeah, I can definitely help you out. Paul Burke, I can see your comment. So Paul is one of my colleagues from work. Apparently, I don't know, were any of my mods banning you? I don't know what was going on, but he couldn't comment on the last stream, but he's here. And yes, it is leaking again. Yay. So we're not talking about that anymore. No more of that nonsense. Right. The chat at least seems to be moving. I can see it. That's a start. Thanks, Fish Keeper. I recently sold my discus. Clearly, I've misread that. I've recently sold my... Why would you sell your discus? I'm going to have to put you in timeout. You had some lovely discus. Why would you do that? Finding the other fish that are left in the tank are really flourishing. Going to add some sort of small cichlid. Thinking epistogrammas or something new for me. I still can't go over the selling your discus part of that statement. And why didn't I get a call? I would have bought them. Finding other fish that left the tank, they're starting to flourish. Going to add some sort of small cichlids. I mean, if you have a discus tank, which I can't remember what size your tank was, if I'm completely honest, but epistogrammas and things like that, you might get lost in quite a big tank. Not to say that that's not a good thing, because you can then let it overgrow and become a bit of a jungle. Maybe have multiple pairs in there and they get their own little territories. But yeah, epistogrammas, rams of various sorts, even things like jewel cichlids and some of the smaller cichlids, they would work really well in there. It's one of my little... I've got a bit of a thing for large tank and small fish. I think that's a look that I quite like. Not that I'd ever give up my discus to do that, but it's a look that I quite like. Embrace the feature. That's what you do with leaks. I do like that, and it has crossed my mind. Yeah. Maybe if I just give up one day. Oh, chat is definitely back to normal because it's skipping all over the place. Right, where did I get to? Salt has been one of the easiest tanks to look after for me, but went for fish only and didn't bother with corals for all the reasons you've just mentioned. Reef tanks are a pain to keep. Yeah, and there are very tolerant fish in the saltwater side as well that can handle creeps of salinity and things like that. But yeah, it just... I wouldn't... See, this is where I'd get into trouble again. I wouldn't want to have a tank without corals. So I'd say, oh, I'm going to have a reef tank. Oh, but maybe I'll have a fish-only tank as well. Or maybe I'll have another tank, and then I'd end up with 6. And I'd be like, oh, God's sake. It was just... Oh, cool. What have I done with the chat again? Sorry. I've deleted everything. God. I could do all my freshwater tanks maintenance in the same time as it took me to do one saltwater tank maintenance. I was a bit like, screw this for a game of soldiers. Silver Surfer says for you. Exactly. That was my experience. For me, the marine tank was hard work. I had my fish room running on automatic water changes. I had everything done. Marine tank back to buckets, mixing salt water, making arrow. Faff. Question. We have a question. Graham, all we care about is Gordon and the Oscar and stuff. Gordon needs a good home. We just need to know he's okay. He's a special silver lining in this saga. Yeah, he's fine. I mean, he's quite happy. So at the moment, I've got the Oscars in one tank. I've got the silver dollars, and Severums in another tank, and I've got Gordon and the big Grammy in another tank. They're all fine. It's not a long-term solution, but they're fine. Laura Burns says, "Hi, hello. Hope you're well. I found marine boring. It's just a different hobby, so difficulty can't be compared, to be honest. I'd agree with that, yes. It's definitely different. I wouldn't say it was boring. It was boring doing all the work. It was the work for me. That was the thing that got me. That's obviously a conversation you're all having between yourselves. Are we looking for good horror? I mean, you're talking to freshwater ichthyology doesn't know anything that happened before 1990, so, and even then, that's a bit of a push. So I bet are you suggesting things like, oh, Nightmare at Elm Street? Like, what? Sorry, I'm too mean. Right, where did we get to? Sorry, I was a wee bit behind there. I'm growing out 8 discus. It has been several months. I'm going to buy 2 more German tomorrow off a local breeder. Well, I applaud you. Just be careful. You don't want to wipe out all your hard work by adding extra fish from somewhere else. That's one of my favourite things is growing discus. So there we go. Thanks, Fish. I decided on a change from discus. They started to hide behind the plants, etc. I wanted to go plant only and showing true colours at feeding time. I get it, yeah. And in this day and age with electricity prices the way they are, do you really want a massive body of water you need to keep at 30 degrees? The amount of money it costs to get you there. So, no, I get it. And they're not for everyone. They're my favourite fish, but I can appreciate that they're not everyone's favourite fish. And I can appreciate that, yeah, sometimes they're a pain in the bum. They hide. They're not all what I keep cracking them up to be. I just say no to salt. I can't afford a saltwater pond, and that is definitely where I would end up. I think we're in the same mindset there, Hans. I'd end up wanting too many of them, and I'd do myself a mischief, or my bank balance a mischief. Silver Creek, good evening. How are you tonight? Nice to see you in. It's nice to see some people on a Saturday rather than a Friday. Native marine. So that way, yeah. If I lived closer to the sea, I might be tempted. There was a channel, Mark's Aquatics. I think he's packed it in now. But he did like a UK native rock pool aquarium. That was pretty cool. And when I go on my holidays in a few weeks, I will be doing some rock pooling and all that kind of stuff. So, and everyone always would be advising against it. They're like, don't get live rocks. You never know what you're going to get into it. I loved that side of things. So you'd see in the middle of the night all these weird and wonderful little critters going, oh, I didn't put that in the tank, or I didn't think I put that in the tank. That's a weird thing. I quite like that side of things. Corals are overrated. They can be, and some of them are stupid. but I quite like them. Marine has a lot of worms. Yeah, worms, spidery things, crabby things. Oh, yeah, great. I'd like to see The Exorcist for historical context of movies. It's not that old. Oh dear. Tommy is barbecuing and drinking beer. You're in the right place. I'm going to finish off my Rocket Wally beer. What will we move on to next? I think we'll finish with the cherry one. So I'm going to go one of these two next. I'm going to that one. So this is Beavertown. This is the one that... I think this is Heineken end up making this. But this was bought for me as a birthday present because it's got a cool can. That was the criteria that I started off in my weird beer journey. So who am I to say differently? It's been a while since I've had this. I remember having this before and not liking it, so this might be one of these ones that makes a difference. Doesn't smell stinky. Let's pour it off. I saw a question. What Graham meant to say is, here is his video about adding discus to your group. Yes. Yeah, I did mean to say that. I do have a video about adding discus. My preference being the sacrificial lamb method. So the reason I'm talking about this for people who aren't into discus is it's quite common to talk about cross-contamination in discus. And this is partly truth and partly breeder sales pitches. Or so it is true, there is a thing called cross-contamination, and mixing discus from different suppliers can potentially lead to you wiping out all your discus. And as they are quite expensive, that is something that you want to avoid. So quite often dealers and things will say, no, never mix, buy all your discus from one supplier, and that is good advice. Buy all your discus from one supplier at the same time. You're not going to go wrong. But we don't always want to do that, and we don't always have the ability to do that. So sometimes we have to build them up and buy a few at a time. So to avoid wiping them all out, there are certain steps you can take to make sure that your fish are compatible and minimise the potential losses. And it's all about things like one source of discus having developed a load of pathogens or resistance to parasites or resistance to certain things that another group of discus haven't, and they've got different things. And when you mix the two, they pick up the worst of each and all die, and that's not what you want. But I think it is a bit scare tactic-y in some cases, but because you're talking about quite an expensive outlay, maybe it's best to be as cautious as possible. That's all I'm saying. So this is the Heavy Gravity Hazy Pale IPA. Can confirm, is hazy. Smells a bit IPA-ish. But not too much. It's fine. Don't get me wrong, it's fine. For those of you who are new here, this is the beer review part of the live stream. So, the smell's good. It tastes okay. It's just not one of my favourites. I miss Mark's Aquatics. I hope he's okay. He had a few disasters. Can't think who he reminds me of. Maybe I'll reach out to him, see if we can combine forces. Can't afford discus, guppies forever. Guppies are a close second to my favourite fish. Right, okay, where did we get to? Chat is jumping everywhere. I apologise, everyone. I am a professional. I don't know why I landed in that comment. Highlander is the best movie ever made. That's why my son is called Connor. Okay. I wouldn't go as far as that. Don't get me wrong. I will watch Highlander if I ever see it on the telly, and I just flipping through the channels, go, oh, Highlander. Yep. I sit back and watch that. But you've got... This is something we usually do at the end of the live stream, but the thing that bugs me about Highlander is you have a Scotsman playing a Spanish conquistador, a Frenchman playing a Scotsman. Neither of them can do the accent of the person they're trying to be. And if they just switched those two roles, it would have been the perfect film. I just don't get why they did. I don't know why they did that. It makes no sense. And why didn't they cast Jean-Claude Van Damme? No, sorry, never mind. Just don't keep discus, right? Someone time out KJE. Keith, you can't say things like that right here. I am, of course, kidding. Enter emergency orange. I do have emergency orange on hand, but that's what I mean. It's not bad. This is in no way disgusting. It's just not delicious. If I'm going to pay £4 for a beer, I kind of want it to be delicious. The soundtrack to Highlander is arguably the best movie soundtrack ever. I'll give you that. It is good. Silver Creek says, Graham, I'm having the first IPA that I ever loved, the one that got me into IPAs, from Colorado, USA, Odell Brewing Company IPA. So good. Well, Odell Brewing Company IPA. I thought IPA was like PA for Philadelphia. IPA. If you want to send me some to try it, get in touch. My email's somewhere. Laura says, I've just set up my second and third tank, the third being a plant nursery and the second being a guppy tank. Cool. That's what we like to see. I've got a couple of tanks set up just as snail farms at the moment, because I have myself a new Fahaka puffer. To be fair, as I remember it, Sean Connery was, and that's part of the problem. He's like, oh yes, I'm Spanish, and then later on it's, oh yes, I'm back to being Sean Connery. So, as much as it is a great film, that just annoyed me, and continues to annoy me. Highlander is a great film, although number 2 just made no sense. There is that as well. I mean, it's never... I think any film that deals with time travel in any way, or... Not that it deals with time travel, but like... What am I trying to say? Immortality and things like that. It's just so easy to pick holes in it, and then... I think the best ones for me are where they don't try and address any of the massive holes, but Highlander's one of those where they do try and go, man, well, what really happens is you live forever, but then you have a thing happens and you all get together and then there's one and then it happens again. Yeah, well, why aren't you doing that more often? Who determines how long that takes, and why do you do it every... So, as much as I love the film, Sean Connery only ever speaks Scottish. Sean Connery, in every film he's been in, plays Sean Connery. I mean, let's be fair. So, it's whoever was the casting director for Highlander should have been shot in the first place for getting a Frenchman to be a Scotsman and a Scotsman to be a Spaniard, and then picking a Frenchman that couldn't do Scottish, and a Scotsman who couldn't do anything other than Sean Connery. which isn't even Scottish. He's not doing a Scottish accent. He's doing a Sean Connery accent. It's mentalness. Miss Moneypenny. I have a Scottish accent. I don't sound like Sean Connery. I should do that Sean Connery accent more often. I don't know that I should. There can be only one. Well, why was there three of them then? Tommy's watching 2 streams. What? Someone has the audacity to stream at a time that I didn't ever say I was going to be streaming? Who's doing it? Who is it? Is it... Oh, it's Aquarium Daily. I feel bad now. Should we all like stream bomb them and go and say hello? There's only 20 people watching theirs and there's 40 watching mine. Maybe we should just give up and go and watch theirs. He does a better quiz than me as well, if I'm honest. Is Sean Connery that old James Bond? Oh God, every week, Rebecca, every week. Oh, you make me, the disbelief that you conjure up in my soul. Is Sean Connery that old James Bond? I don't know how to answer that. Yes. Yes. The best James Bond. The original James Bond in movie style-y. Well, I don't know. I like Daniel Craig's James Bond. Now you're going to have 20 minutes on Graham's thoughts about the James Bond franchise, who was best and who was worst. All I want to say is Roger Moore was a terrible James Bond. That is all. Oh, we're at 10 o'clock. Right, we're going to do a quiz. The quiz has a prize, so, if you want to play along, do so. I've now lost the power of speech. We'll try and click too many things at once. I want to host. Room created. Copy link. Well, I tell you all why Roger Moore sucks. There's a link being posted in the chat. You can click the link, join the quiz. It's fastest finger first, so you have to be right, obviously, with the question. The faster you're right, the more points you get, and at the end, whoever's got the most points gets what the points make. Prizes. Pathetic prizes. I think we've still got pathetic applause. Let's just check. Yeah, lowbrow applause. I apologise for my applause. If you're new here, we're not answering the questions on stream here, so don't type your answers into chat. Click the link. You probably need a device that can either do two things at once or two devices, who knows. The prize will be some kind of gift voucher, or maybe money off at Aquarium Adventures, or if you're in the US or somewhere else, something more appropriate, whether it's Amazon, or as Keith's here, maybe it'll be a KJE Aquatics voucher for a very small monetary amount. So yeah, we get prizes. Oh, and the important thing is that the questions, or the answers to the questions, are what I think is correct rather than what might actually be correct. So I will entertain no nonsense about that's not really true. I'll entertain it, but I'm not going to do anything about it. Let's put it that way. Right, I knew someone would mention this. Okay, you were hitting on Highlander about time travel. What about Time Cop? It has JVD. You mean JCVD? Huh. Get your acronyms right. Time Cop, yes. So that is problematic. Yes, Time Cop. As much as I love Jean-Claude Van Damme, none of his films are great. They have great elements. They have bits about them that are fun, but he has never made a great film. Let's put it that way. And Time Cop firmly fits into that genre. It's a problematic time travel film. Stuart's got an aquatic version of Highlander going on his tanks. There can be only some fish are like that. Yeah. Being Scottish is fun. You're right. It is. There's no better thing to be than Scottish. I mean, imagine being English. Oh, what a disappointment daily life must be. Alienates half his audience. I am, of course, kidding. I have married an English person, and my children are technically English. And I quite like them. You've been in England a while. Are you actually English now? I worked out recently that I've now spent more time in England than I have in Scotland. I've lived in England longer than I lived in Scotland. I think that just says I'm getting old. Quiz link. Yes, I have now linked the quiz. I'm sorry, everybody. I'm a bit behind. Right. Okay. Let's quick catch up. Me and Aquarium Daily. So I apologise if any of you are here and not watching Aquarium Daily, and you normally watch Aquarium Daily, go and watch Aquarium Daily. I told Andrew I'm stream bombing him from you. Sean Connery is James Bond, the one and only. I mean, they do always say that Sean Connery is the best James Bond and he's the original James Bond, but if you go and actually watch some of them, they are a bit sus sometimes. You definitely couldn't make Sean Connery James Bond these days. But it is what all good what all good James Bonds are based on Sean Connery's James Bond, rather than that idiot Roger Moore. Daniel Craig, a good James Bond based on Sean Connery's James Bond. Just wait for the Marvel Sean Connery crossover. Oh, you don't know. Right, I will. Are we getting ready? We've got 9 players. Only 9 players. There's 41 people, and only 9 of you want to play the quiz. Come on. You don't have that. They are not all fishy questions. There are some current event questions. I went to see Oppenheimer. There might be a question about that. I liked Roger. Oh, God. Why? Oh, God. Even worse. You don't know who Roger Moore is? Well, have you ever seen a James Bond film and thought, this is shit? That was Roger Moore. Roger Moore had the best one-liners and therefore easily the most outdated and unacceptable to a modern audience. No, he's just rubbish. I can't think of any more specific, nuanced way to say it than they were terrible. Time Cop, yep, that was a JCVD film, and it was terrible. Demolition Man, that was a good film. That's where you had the seashells. Do you know the thing about the seashells? There's actually a whole... what's the word I'm trying to say? Okay, for Rebecca's benefit, Demolition Man was a film in the 90s with Sylvester Stallone and Wesley Snipes about what was the premise? Basically, they were criminals from one age and they got frozen and woken up years later to be a criminal and a cop, and everything was all different. And one of the things that was different was how you went to the toilet, or how you wiped your bum when you went to the toilet. And Sylvester Stallone was a cop, and nobody would tell him what the difference was, but they just said, oh, you don't know about the seashells? And when they made the film, they had like an extra 20 minutes about what that joke was about the seashells, and then they ended up cutting it out, so now it's just left in there where they do like the setup to the seashells and just never talk about it again. It's just that made me... It's one of the things that interested me about that film. Anyway. Right, where do we get to? Sorry. Right, scrolling down, we are going to play the quiz. Is this live stream now going to be educating Rebecca on great movies? Well, and music, and anything pre-2000. There you go. Right, we've got 14 players. Are we ready? Little face. So, let me make it the right size and all that. Why is that not working? Well, move over. There we go. We'll clear that up. And then we've got me in the corner. That's good. Right, are we ready to play the quiz? Welcome everyone to the Aquarium Adventures quiz. As I said before, all questions are fastest finger first. You want to answer as quickly as possible correctly, you will get more points. We have 18 questions, I think, in this one. And we're ready to go. In 3, 2, 1. Question number 1. In grams per litre, what salinity is seawater? Typically. Because I know it's different everywhere. So you get 30 seconds to answer most questions. I think one of the questions I've allowed 60 seconds because it's a little bit of a thinker. But so far, I like that name. 20% off in the shop. What salinity is seawater? It is 35 parts per million. What type of fish is this? Is it a whale? Is it a hatchet fish? Is it a puffer fish? Is it a snakehead? Who knows? It's bugged. Oh, not again. Oh. Or is that your excuse for getting that question wrong? Oh, there was an advert. I apologize. I apologise. It's a pufferfish. On average, how many babies will a female guppy give birth to over a lifetime? Qualification, a wild female guppy. This was the answer. Is it 200, 800, 1200 or 2000? Depends how long they live, says Rebecca. Well, that's why we're saying on average. The answer is 200. They can have between 20 and 100. Select the odd one out. Swordtail, Platies, Endlers, Corridorus. This isn't a grammar question. I know I should have put swordtails. What is the odd one out? The answer is D. Corridorus, the only non-live bearer. What feature is used to sex freshwater stingray? Is it tail length, B. disc shape, C. gonopodium, or D. pelvic claspers? I hope Rebecca got that one right as she submitted that question. What feature is used to sex a freshwater stingray? It's obviously D. pelvic claspers. What is the oldest group of fishes? Is it bony fish, jawless fish, cartilaginous fish, cartilagina, or Jurassic fish? The ad's in the way for the next question. To be fair, that's kind of user error. I don't control where the ads go. I don't even have ads. Make your screen bigger or something like that. I don't know. How many species of discus are there? 19, 62, 111, 111, or 3? How many species of discus? This is question 7 of 18. Catfish person is currently in the lead with 130. 20% off in the shop is on 107. Tired Nabo is on 100. I Know Nothing on 96. Hans 94. Joe on 84 and Dave on 68. Getting there. There are 3 So that was species rather than strain. When did J. Robert Oppenheimer die? Was it 1967, 1968, 1969, or 1970? Species equal colour? No, species equal species. So it's not strain. That was the thing I was trying to catch you out with on that one. Oppenheimer, a film I went to see at the weekend. Worth the hype, I think. 1967. What do some people insist some sharks have on their eyeballs? Is it A, lasers, B, spikes, C, teeth, or D, fingers? I'm loving some of these names. Trout of Control has now entered the top 10. What do some people insist sharks have on their eyeballs? It is, of course, teeth. Eyeball teeth. Nonsense. Who reportedly chucked snakes out of Ireland? Was it Pope John III? Was it Jean-Claude Van Damme? Was it St. Patrick? Or was it God? Or is that like a trick question? Because didn't God do everything? Who knows? It was St. Patrick, patron saint. Question 11. When did Barbie dolls first go up for sale? So the other half of the Barbenheimer weekend. 1959, 1960, 1961 or 1966? I've not seen Barbie yet, but I will be going to watch it. I've heard good things about that as well. Remember, Keith, not answering here. You have to click the link and answer there. Who has least children? Really scraping the barrel for questions now. Boris Johnson, Jean-Claude Van Damme, Eddie Murphy, or David Beckham? If you're not from round here, Boris Johnson was our Prime Minister and General Buffoon. Jean-Claude Van Damme was oh, what happened there? Right, here you go, 60 seconds on this one. Which of these is a creative respelling of fish?
According to Wikipedia,
oh.
60 seconds.
Shush.
Is an action-adventure video game developed...
Shut up. Sorry, my phone was going mad there. Now, this is an English language question. Oh, you've all clicked it already. It was gaudy. What deficiency might make an aquatic plant leaves darken or drop? What deficiency would make an aquatic plant's leaves darken or drop? Is it phosphate, potassium, iron, or nitrogen? Trick question. No one knows how many kids Boris has, but we know he has several. It's phosphate deficiency. What country is this? Is it Finland, Greenland, Brazil, or China? And the real question is, does he know how many he has? I suspect not. If you're looking for a hint, this country shares its name with a type of shark. It's Greenland. Which country consumes most fish per capita? Is it USA, Maldives, Japan, or Trinidad and Tobago? I Know Nothing is in a very slim lead. 220 points over Catfish Person on 219. Shadows on 206. Tired Nibble on 205. Joe's on 203. Anything over 200 is a good score. So any of you lot could be winners. It turns out it's the Maldives. What converts nitrites to nitrates? Is it ammonia, nitrobacter, magic, or nitrosomonas? Somoninous. D. Who knows? You've all seen the chart of what does what. It is B, Nitrobacter. What number am I thinking of? This is the point where I was starting to run low on ideas, shall we say. And this is also a test to see, now, am I going to put a picture of the number I'm thinking of there? Who's going to guess correctly? What number am I thinking of? Last question. Anyone going to get it? It was 7. I apologise. That was terrible. Tired Nabo, you are the winner with 259 points. Took it just over Joe Studdart on 253. I Know Nothing on 245. Catfish Person 242. SGH 205. 20% off in the shop 198. So, like I say, anything over 200 is a very good score. Well done, everyone. Another golf clap for all you people. All the way down to Tommy Fourfingers on 89, who was having problems. So, we're sorry you didn't get better than that. Tired Nabo, you have now enacted the rule of if you win 3 times, you're out for the next one. So next week, who knows who's going to win. But you can have a voucher for a place of your choice. So if you want it for KJE Aquatics, we'll sort that out. Now, my favourite part of the quiz, as everyone knows. Who got what right? In grams per litre, what salinity is seawater typically? Shadow, fastest finger first there. Got that right. About half and half there. I thought more people would have got that one. Well done, everyone. What type of fish is this? Pufferfish. You either know or you don't. On average, how many babies will a female guppy give birth to over a lifetime? Only 2 people got that one right. And 20% off in the shop got that one fastest. So this was a site where I saw, it was a study of wild guppies, and they can have anything from, it's like, what did they say, 10 to 90 babies per pregnancy in the wild. They will have so many pregnancies per blah, 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 and the average worked out to be about 200. So I immediately put a search term out on how many babies the guppy had, and there was other answers of like 5 million. So I knew that would be a bit contentious, but tough. That's what we're going with. Select the odd one out. Well done, a clean sweep. I don't think we've ever had a clean sweep before. Everybody got that one right. Congratulations, Shadow, fastest finger first as well. What features used to sex a freshwater stingray? Most of you got that one. Well done. What is the oldest group of fishes? It's the jawless fish. How many species of discus? I thought this might be a tricky one because I thought you'll read that as strains and think, oh, there's dozens of them, so we'll go with that. But no, there's only 3 species. 3 species. You've got your heckles are a species, the greens and the browns and blues, I think. Brown blues. Heckles, discus, and aquafasciatus or something like that. There's the 3 different ones. When did he die? So, obviously, I went to see Oppenheimer. I thought, I'll put an Oppenheimer question in there, but as soon as you type in Oppenheimer, you get, for those of you who are cheating and just Googling all the answers, I was hoping that might be a little more obscure of a fact. The thing that, so, Oppenheimer, great film, loved it, very beautiful, watch it in IMAX if you get the chance, very loud. If you have teenage children, take them, because I've never had so much fun watching a film than watching a film with a sex scene in it, with a 13-year-old and a 16-year-old sat next to me going, oh, squirming into their chairs. Going, you enjoying it, lads? Oh, don't talk to me. So that was quite funny. But yeah, I didn't place, so obviously I knew who Oppenheimer was. I didn't picture, even though I knew what it was involved in, I didn't picture that time frame as being with all those same people. So there's lots of other famous scientists in it, like Einstein and things like that, and discussions he has with Einstein. And like, oh, was that the same time period? Oh, I didn't think that. But yeah, it was It's very good, but it's all about the. I think you could make the same film today about AI, and the people realise what they're creating when they're talking about it. But anyway, what do some idiots insist? I mean, people insist some sharks have in their eyeballs is teeth or denticles or. Yes. Dave, Paul, Joe, and 736786. I'm on your side. Why would you have teeth in your eyes? Teeth go in your mouth. End of story. Who chucked snakes out of Ireland? When the Barbie dolls first go up for sale? The other thing about going to see Oppenheimer is we were surrounded by people in pink. I thought we'd gone to the wrong cinema at one point. Who has least children? It's of course JCVD. Which of these is a creative respelling of fish? Now, let me just. I find this hard to explain unless I find the thing that explained it for me. So it's Goti. Ghoti. So the reasoning here is GH is like through or trough, not through, trough. TROUGH, so the GH makes a F sound, so trough. O as in woman or women, so WOMEN, women, IFI. So it's that kind of thing. It's about how stupid the English language is, basically. I had to Google that to remember what my thought process was there. What makes aquatic leaves darken or drop? Oh, only a couple of you got that one. What country is this? It was, of course, Greenland. Who consumes most fish? I know nothing. And SJH, the only ones to get that. I thought that might have been a bit of a giveaway, given the others were like proper countries, and Maldives was in there. What converts? Oh, I thought more people would have got that one as well. And what number am I thinking of? See, this was a bit of a mind screw. Are you going to go with 7 or not? Who knows? But well done. As I say, Nabokov, this is your final win for a couple of weeks. You're now in the shadow band. But let me know. Let me know. Right, big face. And see if I can find the chat again, because I lost it somewhere through that debacle. In the UK, our fish consumption is really poor, and a well-renowned nutrition scientist said just consuming 2 fish a week massively boosts your vitamin D levels. Well, they do say it is brain food, don't they? But well done, everyone. No point watching the film now, I know he dies. That isn't even in the film. So another of the great things about taking your kids to watch this. I have no idea why they wanted to go and watch it with me. But the elder one said he enjoyed it. The other one was a bit like, how long is this going to go on for? Because it is 3 hours long. But also said at one point, is Iron Man the baddie? He's not quite grasped the concept that actors play multiple roles. But there you go. Go and see it back to back with Barbie. Yeah, I would have done that. They're both meant to be good. My parents accidentally took me to a Kill Bill airing as a kid, thinking we were Finding Nemo. And one of my favourite stories is when I was 13, my grandpa took me to the pictures cinema. And we got I can't remember what it was we were going to see, but it wasn't there. And I'm 6 foot tall, and I've been 6 foot tall since I've been 13. And he's looking through all the films. And he goes, the only one that starts soon is an 18. Do you think you can pass for an 18-year-old? And I was like, well, yeah, if I kind of stand behind you, I'm tall enough, I'm the same height as you, they might not look too closely. So yeah, I can go. And he's like, you won't tell your mum or anything if you go and see an 18 if it's too violent or whatever. I don't know what this film is. I don't know anything about it. But do you want to go and watch this? Because we'll be waiting hours if we have to wait for the other one. I thought, well, yeah, all right then. So he went and bought the tickets. And we got in there and we sat down. And the film was Basic Instinct. And I watched, as a 13-year-old, Basic Instinct with my grandpa. And I don't know who was more uncomfortable. We never spoke about it ever again after that. It's one of the funniest things that's ever happened to me. Anytime I think of my grandpa, that's all I think about is him taking me to see Basic Instinct. Like, and the only thing he ever said to me was... the only thing he ever said to me about it was, that car chase was really realistic, wasn't it? Oh dear, it makes me laugh to this day. Oh. Whew. I use this as an example in a discussion when talking with non-English colleagues about how hard English is. Yeah, the goatee thing, yeah. It's mental. Oh dear, sorry. That just made me laugh. First date with my missus, we went to a romantic film at a cinema. It was full, so we watched the A-Team. I quite like the A-Team movie. That's not too bad. Alright, rules for quiz number 2. It was whatever the internet told me was the answer. Okay. Alright, we've got a second quiz. And we've got 30 minutes left. So let's... Are we up for a second quiz? Let's see. And don't forget to hit submit. Yeah. So this is the quiz that I get to play along in as well. So we all play it together. Oh dear. All I can think about is Basic Instinct again. Aquarium Daily. I'm very sorry. Very sorry. I crashed your stream. I'm streaming on the wrong day. I didn't mean to. So to celebrate, we're going to have a quiz. Right. Second quiz of the evening. Bottoms up, everyone. I hope you're enjoying your adult beverages responsibly. Right, I had to do a little bit of admin because I have to find the link that Nabokov gave me. It should take me to that. Right, get rid of that. Put that over there. Live group competition. I want to host and play. And the link I will put into chat now. So everyone, play along. It's just a bit of fun. So, link has been posted in chat. Jump in if you want to play. I mean, don't worry if you don't think you know. It's this one especially is going to have some made-up answers in it because I know the way Nabokov thinks. He came up with the eye teeth question. So one of the things I was talking about at this wedding was one of my wife's old school friends was like, "Oh, Graham, you do YouTube, don't you? I've got a question for you. One of our kids has started doing YouTube." And I was like, "Oh yeah, oh yeah, we're dead chuffed, but how do we make money out of it?" So I immediately launched into, well, it's really hard to make money out of doing YouTube. You have to have like 4,000 watch hours and have 1,000 subscribers, and then it's all based on the views, and you only get like a couple of pennies per view. Yeah, they keep doing these videos and they're getting like 2, 3, 4, and I thought they were going to say 100 views. 2, 3, 4 million views for each of them. I was like, what? Access denied. Graham, do you know how to get around the work firewall? See if you can get to a proxy site and put it in that proxy site. But if your work's any good, that'll be blocked as well, so probably not. Or you can do it on your phone, maybe? Oh, that's better. So this was the... We've moved on to the Aztec Mountain IPA Mad Squirrel, because I like saying squirrel. Nice and hazy, that's what we like to see. Not able to see through it. Pungent, hoppy smell. And almost chewy. That's what we want from the beers. Nom, 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 nom. Yum. But yeah, wow. I was like 2, 3, 4 million views, but it turns out it's shorts. So it's this. It's their teenage daughter doing dances in shorts. I was like, right, okay. That makes sense. But still, I'll probably make something. I've also thinking of having a little direction change on the channel. So I might talk about it more in Discord. So if you're not on the Discord server, join the Discord server. Maybe you can help me out. I'm looking for popular fish shops in Scotland, Wales, and England. I'm thinking about doing something different, like more challenging, more leaning towards the YouTubery side of YouTube, and doing, can I visit the top fish shops in every country in one day, or visiting the, I don't know, PFK's 25 most nominated fish shops and visiting them all and doing more daft stuff rather than this is my fish tank, because only I care about that. So I'm going to give it a little bit of a push and try something a bit different. So if you get any stupid ideas, or maybe even want to join me in some of these challengey type ones, let me know. Anyway, are we ready? Maloney Photography and Aquatics. Now there's a match made in heaven. Good at photography and you have aquatics. Yeah, great. We're about to play a quiz, so if you want to, there's a link a little bit further up. Can I post it in the chat again? Yes, I can. Oh, so, and for PFK, I have issues dating back to 2000. Maybe you could give me, like, what were the top 10 fish shops in 2009, and I'll go and visit them and see if they're still good. Who knows? But anyway, as I was saying, if you're new, if you've just joined, you want to play the quiz, get in. That link I've just put in there. And there's another prize. So this is going to ruin me. I will never financially recover from this. So some kind of discount or something like that. We have 11 players in the room. I'm going to give it a couple more seconds while I enjoy this. Tiny head mode, yeah, we'll do that in a second. Don't worry, I'm professional, I know what I'm doing. You should definitely visit local ones to me. I'd be up for, yeah, well, maybe we could do something like that. I was just thinking, I could start in Scotland, the number one fish shop in Scotland, go and visit that, buy a fish there. Go to Wales, number one fish shop in Wales, buy a fish there. Go to England, pier, wharf, whatever it is, buy a fish from there, all in one day. Or other challengey type things. Just to get out and do something a bit different and meet some different people and do some different things. Leaning towards more of the my channel is mostly me looking at my fish tanks and me doing things in my fish tanks, except for this, which is me having some beers on a Friday night, Saturday night with some like-minded people. But yeah, maybe we could come to some local meetups and we all go and crash a fish store and check it out and all that kind of stuff. Who knows? Anyway, let's do Little Face. We have 13 players. Aquarium Delirium, the number one fish shop in Scotland, serves battered Mars bars. Not that type of fish shop. Are we ready? Welcome everyone to the second quiz of the evening. Oh look, Graham Kerr's on the leaderboard. Pardon me. Already, as we know, this is Nabokov. This is a viewer submitted quiz, so I have nothing to do with this. Are we ready? Drum roll, please. Go. What colour is this mystery snail considered? What? Blue. Submit. You must remember to submit your answers. I submitted the wrong answer there. Clearly. Damn it. I bet you it's purple. Or is it wild? We'll never know. It was poiple. Okay. What is the common name for this gourami fish? That's a bit tricky. The invisible gourami? I don't know, so I'm going to go licorice because I can't see a gourami. Is this what happens to people? Is this why y'all get infuriated with me? Oh, it was the thick-lipped. How did I get that one wrong? Ugh. Guess the volume of this US common size aquarium, not 20 gallons. That looks like a 10 gallon to me. Have I got any points yet? Nope, so it's obviously not a 10 gallon tank. $15? That's not common. For water testing, what does GH test for? It's not metals. It could be calcium. It's not just calcium. Yeah, calcium. Oh, it's GH and K. GH is general hardness, which is calcium. It's not magnesium. If it's not clear by now, don't copy me, because I've still got 0 points. It's Beyonce. I did not know that. John Claude Van Damme question. Has been in a live action film together with Jackie Chan. Looks like they have, but I'm going to go with no. I'm going to be wrong, aren't I? It's been in a picture together, clearly. If I don't get this one right. Yay! Oh no! They were in Kung Fu Panda together. Oh, of course they were. Damn it. I might just go for no points, see if I can get that. Maine, the US state, signed a bill to utilise what energy type for half its needs by the year 2040? Well, that looks like solar. That's not one of the options. Maine. So Maine is a coastal one, isn't it? So it's going to be wind or hydro. Wind. Yes! I got like 8 points for that or something. What kind of shark is this? It looks like a nurse shark to me. Like an artistically shot nurse shark. Have I got any points yet? Yes, 45 points. KJE leading the way by a long way, 141 points. It is an earth shark. Yay, I got that one right. What symbiotic fish is usually found with sharks? I don't know what they're called. It's not a sardine. It's not a blue tang. So it's one of these two. Trumpet fish or remora. Remora, because it's not got a trumpet. What kind of reasoning is that? These things, yeah. Oh, got it right. Well done, me. Name the ocean creature where the male becomes a parasitic organ on the female specimen. It's the anglerfish, I think. They mate and then the male gets absorbed. As far as I know. Anglerfish, jellyfish, electric eel, or giant squid. I'm going to go anglerfish. And, even put in the extra information. Well done, Nabokov. Jeremy Wade, the TV presenter biologist, tore the muscle from the bone trying to catch which animal it was. Which one was it? It was one of these two. I think it was that one. They're all available on YouTube now as like full episodes, but I should give the guy a shout out. I can't remember what the channel is, but he basically, when you're watching it's 30 minutes and it's 22 minutes of repeats. Where I went to this village and I saw this man who got eaten by a thing. They cut all that out. Which of the following is not considered a fish during Lent? I remember this. Capybara, I'm pretty sure it is. It might be all of them though. No, capybara isn't a fish. Because they thought it was a fish because it went in the water a lot or something along those lines. I can't remember. Something like that. But yeah, the fish guy, Jeremy Wade, all his episodes are on, and they're all like 8 minutes long, but it's brilliant. None of them. In Graham's Fish Room update number 1, what was the first fish shown? I'm going to go with discus. Or it could have been my eyebrow isn't a fish, but I do remember going, what the hell? It's much more fun when I get to play. It's betta fish. Damn it. I am Graham, and I didn't get that right. There was recently a congressional hearing on which topic? UFOs, if my eldest son is to be believed. If any of you want to, so you see this up here, Trivia Creator. Go on, create your own quiz, join Discord or Facebook or whatever, and send me the link to the quiz you create, and we can play it together. KJE still leading the way here. UFOs. It was UFOs. Who is this particular Richard? I'm going to go with Pun Guru because his name's Richard. And mine isn't. His is Corey and his is Greg. Or maybe, do we need a new quiz format? Because that's obviously not shown for me. I think Tommy says it wasn't shown for him as well. Snowfair. Got it right though. What kind of aquascaping stone is this? That looks like dragon stone to me, because I have lots of it, and that's what it was called when I bought it. Serious stone is, or maybe I'm just fooling you, wanting you to pick something that's the wrong one. Serious stone's more of a grey. Elephant skin isn't a stone. Rhino stone, never heard of that. What fish is this? It's not a neon. It's not a... Is it a silver tip? It's not a... Oh, it could be a silver... Oh, photography's throwing me off here. I'm going... Oh, panic! It's got silver tips, so maybe it is a silver tip tetra. So serpades are more red. Neons are... Neons, everyone knows what a neon is. Lemon tetra? I've had 4 beers now. I don't even know if that's a thing. I have had silver tip tetras and they didn't look like that, but well, I got it. Which country is this? That's clearly Greenland. Oh, I'm in the top 10 now. I've got 200 points. That's all I wanted. Whew. I wanted either over 200 or 0. Thing is, with me playing live online, surely I'm at worst going to be the slowest person to answer, because as soon as I get it right, you can just copy me. Aquarium released a new line of Nutrinsic nutter insect food. What's cool about them? I don't know. What is this word? Nutter insect. There we go. I've got some new food. What colour green is this? That looks like emerald. That could be any of those, because we've been painting a room in my house and my wife showed me 8 different cards which were apparently different colours of paint and they all looked cream. Nutra insect. Okay. What does shoaling mean? Oh, any fish in a group that stay together, fish of a single species in a group. This is the shoaling versus schooling thing. Can I get extra time? Me too. I hear you. It's any fish. Well done. Shadow, you are the winner with 300. That's both Shadow and Dave. Over 300 points is to be applauded. Anything over 200, so SJH, Water Pilchard, me, I Know Nothing, Catfish Person, 25% off, KJE, all great scores. Brian H in the bronze place, but Dave and Shadow, well done indeed. Insights. What colour is this mystery snail considered? How could anyone know that? The common name for this Grammy fish, I couldn't see it, so it's not fair. The volume, only 2 people got that volume of that one. See, not being from the US, all I ever hear is 5 gallon, 10 gallon, 40 gallon, 55, 75. I've never heard of a 15 or a 29 long seems to be a thing. You guys have got weird ways of measuring your fish tanks. GH tests for, more than just calcium, fine. JCVD's been I forgot about. Live action film together with Jackie Fan. No, he hasn't. I got that right. Yeah, yay, suckers. Take that, Shadow. Yeah, I didn't know that one. What energy bill? That was a complete guess. Nurse shark. I thought that was a weird picture of a nurse shark, but I thought that was right. That was a complete guess. Name the ocean creature. Yep, anglerfish. Jeremy Wade. Yep, we got that one. Which is not considered a fish. All of them. I think I did this question before. And I got it wrong. Idiot. I got that wrong as well. Yeah, UFOs. Ponguru, I guess that was. What kind of... Oh, everyone got that one. Well done, everyone. Dave, you were fastest. What kind of fish is it? What country is it? Oh, we picked the same country to do. What country is this? Wow. Aquarium released a new line of Nutri. See, you said Nutri insect. You've missed out an I. That's Nutri insect. Nutrinsect. Nutrinsic foods. So the only person who's been talking about them is Rebecca, because I saw you two discussing it, and you're the one that got it wrong. What colour green is it? That was who's going to know that? I'm ashamed to get that one wrong. Well done, everyone. Well done. Big face. Beat Graham Wayne. It's not. It's hard to present and quiz at the same. Excuse. So one of the things I wanted to bring to your attention, I have recently been provided with some of these Pleco Pops, Algae Grazer, and Cricky Dough, which are some UK alternatives to... I have immediately forgotten what their alternatives to. Help me out. I want to say it's the ones where you pour water in and you mix it up and they become little... They stopped selling them over here. I can't remember. Anyway, future video, me testing these. I have high hopes for them. I think they're going to do well. They are... A friend of the channel has started producing them. So you might have seen them before over on... Also forgotten the name of that channel. Lou, who I had on as a guest a few weeks ago. God, I'm terrible. Anyway, she started producing these. So if you're interested in trying them out yourself, jump on her channel and shop and you can pick them up. But there'll be a video coming soon of me trying these, and I've got high hopes for these. So food is obviously something that I'm interested in, because I sell my own fish food on my own website. But it's such a deep subject that I don't go into the levels of research that some of these people do. But Lou is one of the people who does go into that level. So this is guaranteed to be good stuff. So I can't wait to try it. So people like Rebecca, Freshwater Ichthyology, Lou from In the Bag Fish, Tropical Fish thing in... They have done that research, so you know this is going to be good stuff. So I'm really looking forward to that. The other thing I mentioned was I'm thinking of doing more weird things, fun things, rather than just, this is my fish tank, here's my leaky fish tank, rubbish. I'm going to get out and about. I'm going to do some different stuff. I'm going to spend a little bit more time on the YouTube side of my hobby and do some different stuff and see if we can't grow the channel a little bit more, get a few more people in here and have in the bag Rapashi. That was the thing that I was trying to think. Yeah, the Rapashi. Really good foods, but it's hard to get now. So looking forward to trying this out. So if you are interested and you are here for the first time, click that link, go and watch some other videos, join the Discord, let me know what you would like to see. Have you got a stupid idea? Do you want me to involve you in it? I don't care. Let me know. We might try it out. See how we get on. This chat's going wild again. Where have I missed out? Oh, you've got the Pleco Pops as well. Have you tried it? Is it any good? Interested in your feeling as well, yes. Rapashi's in the... Well, I keep seeing Rapashi, but it's more the reptile stuff than the fish stuff. I don't know if it's the same. Got 2 minutes left. I want to share with you the last of the adult beverages of the evening. Death by Cherries by Vocation. For the ASMRs among us. Oh, this has got a smell. This, it hums. And look at the colour. This reminds me of diesel. The drink rather than the fuel. If anyone remembers that from their childhood. Showing off my true Scottishness. Do you remember diesel from your childhood? In the back, that's it, yes. The beer is most definitely working, Silver Surfer. I don't know how I managed to make it through this all the time. Question, can you really get any weirder? Well, yes. I just fancy doing something for fun. And my channel has always, so I've got, just past 16,000 subscribers, and I've always been about, I film what I'm doing. And that's got me to 16,000 subscribers, and that's great, but I'm plateauing. That's the end of this. It's, I'm feeding my fish, I'm building this tank, I'm fixing some lights, I'm doing this, and that's great. And I know I'm going to alienate some people, but why not just do something a little bit different? Every now and again, I'm still going to do this is my Fahaka puffer, this is what I have to do. I have to have a tank over here breeding snails to make sure I've got enough food for it, and don't feed it raw mussels because, blah, blah, blah. That's fine, and I will always make those type of videos, and I will always do live streams like this. But why not do something mental? I'm going to drive 1,000 miles in 24 hours and buy a fish from every country. Stupid, ridiculous, and it will piss off some people, and some people will stop watching my channel, but maybe I'll get some new people as well. And maybe they will watch some of my boring videos, and they'll learn something, and we'll create a community of people who are doing fun things and getting a bit better. Who knows? So if you're interested, you've got some ideas, you want to be involved, well, yeah, why not? Let's do something a bit daft for once. Daft can be fun sometimes. So here you go. This is Death by Cherries. It doesn't smell like cherries. I remember this from the other day. Tastes like cherries. Sour. I think it says sour on there somewhere. Yeah, cherry sour. That's right. Sour. Any suggestions for a 30-gallon tank for a showpiece fish pair, but temperature set at 24 due to hill stream, etc. So low temp fish. Well, 24 is not low temperature. 24 is still in that tropical range. What we were talking about earlier, pistogrammas, things like that. That might be something useful. Some 30 gallons is a fairly decent sized tank, so you could get showpiece as a pair. Rams are probably out because that is a little bit low for rams. Yeah, I'd go for a pistogrammas of some kind or other. Keith sells Rapashi in the US, so if you're in the US and you're watching this and you want some Rapashi, you know where to go. Waiting for Graham to see Goofy photo on Discord. Graham now looking at Discord. Oh, Graham not sharing Goofy photo. And if you want to see Goofy photo, go and join Discord. God, that was a long time ago. Ooh. What's happened here? Question from Laura Mans above. Okay. Weird is good. That's not a question. Oh, there we go. Does anyone have experience with threadfin rainbow? I have some threadfin rainbows. How do you think they would do with the peaceful, thick-lipped and honey gouramis? I think they would still be intimidated. I agree. I've never found any gouramis not to have a pop at anything they think they can get away with having a pop at. But yeah, big enough tank, maybe. Liquid Zoo, OnlyFins. Hey. What's happening? We're about to finish. I mean, unless you... Oh, I'm already 4 minutes over. Unless you want to stay with me until I finish my drink. If you ask me enough questions, I'll stay. We've now reached the point in the live stream where it's... How long can my bladder hold out? That's the real question. We've still got 40 odd people here. So... That's what all I'm interested in talking about is any question you've got to ask away. Any weird things we can do on the channel. What can we do? I should feed courgette more often, zucchini to our American friends. But I tend to throw in a chunk of rapashi, soylent green with every feed. Yeah. So, I might have missed some comments there, but I have a bunch of rapashi foods, but they all seem to be aimed more towards, pardon me, more towards reptiles, but I still use them in the fish tanks. I don't know, maybe I'm doing the wrong thing. Silvio is Keith in Spanish. That's the kind of information that I like. Is that true? Sorry, that's just opened up a whole new world of information for me, sorry. Right, okay, sorry. I'm going to ignore that for now. 24 is perfect for a large number of bistogramma. Yeah, there's plenty you could fit into a 24 degree tank. Gymnogeophagus and anything with geophagus in the title, I'm not a fan. Mark's Aquatic once posted a video of a trip to the Eden Project, which is just down the road from me. Nothing to do with fish at all. Maybe you could just film a day out. No. I'm not doing that. I don't mean that. I want to do aquatic stuff, so it's more about doing fun projects or challenges, more the challenge side of things and having fun while doing a challenge. So I want to visit the top fish shop in each country in one day, or stupid things like that. Or I want to buy a fish from the top rated fish shops in the UK. So PFK nominated fish shops, or I want to visit them in 30 days, or I want to do this, I want to go in the best aquatic aquascaping shops. I want to visit them all within a month, or I want to, all just stuff I want to do, but condensing it into a YouTube time frame to make a YouTube video. Stupid. Something I've always said I wouldn't do, because I've always stuck to my channel is me filming what I'm doing. So I'm going to do something stupid for a while. Why not? That's what the whole thought is. Keith is Keithio. No, it isn't. Disclaimer, Graham hates gouramis. I don't hate gouramis, they're just not my favourite. Although my giant gourami is a puppy dog, I do quite like it. But it could be things like, Graham visits all his moderators and goes to their local fish shops with them, or I don't like talking about myself in the third person, but like I visited my aquatic moderators' best nominated fish shops, or I tried to rescape this tank for this person, or whatever it might be. Just something that's just a bit different. Concentrate more on the YouTube side than the fish keeping side, because the fish keeping side is going to take care of itself. Who knows? You didn't see it earlier, but you can't be upset with freshwater ichthyology. I've not seen anything James Bond either. How can you not have seen anything James Bond? Surely everyone's seen James Bond. You mean you might not know the intricacies of George Lazenby only doing one film and actually being probably the best James Bond there ever was? But how can you have never seen a James Bond film? Who knows? Do you feed grasshoppers to your fish? I have fed grasshoppers to my fish. So my flowerhorn Humphrey, quite often we have some lizards and stuff, so we've got some geckos and stuff like that. And every now and again they don't have locusts, so we have to buy crickets, and crickets are dead noisy. And then when we get locusts, the remaining crickets get fed to Humphrey because he takes care of the noise. Do the stream with just tassels. Okay, when I said weird, I didn't mean mental. So, no. I want to go swimming, but I had a lecture on how many of those stingy fish are in the Cornwall beaches. Really? Oh, I didn't know that. Like stonefish and that kind of stuff. I know, oh yeah, because I remember standing on one when I was a kid, and that was in Newquay, that's in Cornwall. Ooh, yeah. I wonder if there's a Spanish version of Graham. I also wonder that. And if only there was a way we could figure out. Can't spell Spanish, but we can try. Oh, Graham in Spanish is morada. Morada. Hello. Although Spain 101 says, what is Graham in Spanish? Graham in Spanish is Graham. Who knows? Could be, might not be. Stuart, I love that comment. Thank you very much. Have you ever considered making a really big fish tank? I have, yeah. It's not gone so great for me. Graham goes to a swingers party. I don't think Missy Adventures would be in that. Strange question for you. Okay. Where is it? Crickets live in your house forever. They do. God. Although they do make it sound kind of Mediterranean after a while. If nothing else. Right, I think I've now reached the bottom of the chat, and I've gone over my time by 12 minutes. Oh my god. So it's time for me to say thank you everyone for joining me. I can't find the OBS button. Where is it? There we are. Thank you everyone for joining me. If you haven't been here before, remember, if you want to say anything in Spanish, just add an O at the end. Or, as any good Englishman would say it louder and more aggressively, and the Spanish will just pick it up. Dos piros, please os. But yeah, if you haven't been here before, click subscribe. It's down there somewhere. Go and watch one of my videos. It's free. All you have to do is either like or dislike this. There's two options. They're both free. Click one of them. That's all you have to do. I've had fun. Hope you've had fun. And we'll see you in the next one. Bye!